Whatever you're working on right now isn't more valuable just because it's harder to do, especially if you're working on the wrong thing. But we can help it because we're all programmed to think that something is worth more just because it's harder to do. And in this video, I'm going to prove you wrong. Why? Because you're operating in the wrong level of value, my guy. And let me introduce you to the principle of the 4 level of values. There is 4 level of values. This principle actually comes from Myron, the man himself. And to my opinion, at least to my personal opinion, I probably think he's one of the best business coach out there. But hey, every single day, there's actually value being exchanged in the market, right? And there is 4 level of value, from the lowest to the highest level of value in the marketplace, that people are exchanging for money every single day. But before I even get into these levels of value and what is value actually? Because value is a word that we just use every day. We just throw that word around, but we don't really know what it means. We talk about value and we think we're giving value. We say value and we think it's valuable. But what really determines if you're delivering value in the marketplace is whether or not the person you're delivering value to values what you're offering. And the mistakes we all make sometimes, and I include myself there for sure, the mistake that we make sometimes is we say, I have a great idea. I want to write this book about my story. Nobody asks. Nobody cares about your story, but you and your parents. And they won't even read that damn book because they already know your story and they've been there. It's irrelevant. Okay? And here's what Myron actually says about this. You shouldn't want to write the book that you want to write. You should want to write the book that the marketplace wants to read. And on top of that, to even add on to this, here's what Warren Buffett once said. The thing that we love should be our hobby, but the thing that the marketplace love should be our business. So value only becomes value in the marketplace when the marketplace values it. You get it? Now that we have that you understand the fundamentals of value and what value is, let's go over the actual 4 level of value in the marketplace. Whatever the marketplace value the less to the most. And let's get into this. The lowest level of value you could be operating on is implementation. This is when you use your muscle, your body, and your time to make money, right? So your body, your muscle, times your time is going to determine how much you're going to make. Those are the typical 9-to-5 jobs, okay? And usually you're very limited, mostly because your 2 main resources, so your body, your muscles, and your time is limited. There's only so much you can do with your body. You need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to eat, take a shit, whatever. You're limited. It's the same thing for your time too. We all only have 24 hours in a day, and there's only so much that we can do in these 24 hours. So we're limited, and we hit the ceiling pretty fast. And with that, you can get paid anywhere on this level. You can get paid anywhere from minimum wage to 80 grand a year. We don't want that, don't we? So above that, a little bit above that, there's unification. This is the guy who manages the people at the 9-to-5 jobs. This is where your management skills are gonna get you paid. So your management skills times how many people you manage is going to determine how much you're going to get paid. This is where you manage the people working at the 9-to-5. And from there, you can make anywhere from 40 grand a year to 250 grand a year. And usually, if you're making 40 grand a year, you could be a manager at McDonald's. Or if you're making 250 grand a year, you could be a manager at a big corporation. Now, you see that damn line. This is where we all want to cross that line. Okay? Think about it that way. That's the matrix. We're trying to escape it, right? We want to step over the line. We want to cross the line. School, they teach us don't cross the line, right? I don't want to get too controversial, but hey, listen. Above that line, this is where wealth is created. This is what separates literally the blue pills and the red. Not just kidding. But really, over that line, this is where wealth is being created, where wealth is being generated. I mean, you can generate wealth down there too, but you would have to invest your way up to wealth. And by the time you're 80, 70, 60, that's only when you would get to have a taste of wealth. And by that time, listen, man, I want to be driving a Lambo at 60, man. I want to be driving that motherfucker before I hit 25, right? Like, we don't want to be there. And the next level of value is communication. This is where you use your mouth to make money now. We all have lips. We can all talk, but we're not taught, and we don't know what we don't know. We don't know that's communicating. This can have so much impact in your life, and that's what Myron was talking about. This is where you make conversation that creates cash flow. Doesn't necessarily has to be persuading people to buy your product. Doesn't necessarily has to be turning a stranger to a buyer. It could be turning like a non-believer to a believer. It could be turning a chick to like you. Even that mouthpiece, that's a part of this. Like, and this is where you generate messages that moves the masses. It's more than just money, because, and it's kind of sad, because at school or as a baby, we're taught that, hey, don't talk too much, right? It's not like, don't speak your mind too much, don't talk too much, like, keep it simple, talk only when you need to talk. But they never actually taught us, rather it's at school, your parents, nobody ever told us that mastering communicating can actually it can make you influential and powerful and inevitably wealthy. Jordan Peterson once said, the most dangerous person is the one who's articulate. There's so much impact you can have there on this level of value. It's crazy. When we think about great artists, great actors, speakers, author, these people, they are all communicating something into the world. And if you're master of communicating, you can even work your way up. Let's say you're in implementation, you can promote yourself well, you can market yourself well, you can position yourself well, you can talk your way out to promotion. You can literally, from nothing, you can move the masses to actually believe in whatever you're believing. You can persuade people to follow you on a mission, on a journey. Like, we are always communicating something. So there's a lot that you can actually do out there. And from there, you can get paid from anywhere from $100K a month, $100K a year to $100 million a year, right? And then on top, this is imagination. This is where everything we see, from this mic to this computer right now that I'm recording on, my phone, everything around me, everything around you has been in someone's mind. It has been an image, an idea before it got brought into this world. When we think about a great person like Steve Jobs, they thought about the phone before the first phone came out. It was first an idea. And guess what? Not only was an idea, he was able to execute on that idea. Steve Jobs had that idea, this great idea he had in his mind, but he had to communicate it to the world to bring it to the world, right? He had to move the masses into buying into his why. There's this book by Simon Sinek, which is Why. Oh, damn it, I don't remember the title. The Why. Find Your Why. I don't remember exactly the title, but he talks about having a why, but whatever. I don't want to go into this because there's just so much, but because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But actually, Steve Jobs had to talk he had a great idea that he was able to communicate to the world, move masses into, and persuade them, literally, right? He didn't do it himself. He had a whole team and everything. He built a corporation, an organization, a great solid organization. But what I'm trying to say is, not only here you can imagine great ideas, but if you don't know how to communicate it, and if nobody knows about it, nothing's gonna happen. So really, the power and the magic happens when you combine these level of value. This is where when you leverage both of these level of value. When you leverage imagination and communication, you might have a great idea, but all you need now is to move the masses, persuade people to believe in that mission, to work for you, and you need to also communicate that idea to the marketplace. So if you can imagine a great idea, you can communicate it and move the masses, the world is yours. Bye.